So hi everyone, this is Stephan, aka Cloudguy. I'm here with Tracy in a call as we're doing a video series on some of the new decent Office 365 and Azure features. And we thought about doing a cool video series as Tracy is the ChangeGeek and I'm Cloudguy. We thought of doing a video series on Cloudguy teaches the ChangeGeek and vice versa. So stay tuned for a couple of cool videos as we present to you some of the newest features. So Tracy, would you introduce yourself a minute
Cool.
to the world?
Thanks, Stefan. So also for those of you, I think some might know me, Office Service and Services MVP and also a crazy blogger. I did the Around the Office in 365 Days blog challenge last year where I wrote a blog every day, and I've actually started it up again, believe it or not. But Stefan and I kind of met on the Twitterati, and I came across a blog that he wrote around using forms, and as I had just written a blog about this new feature in Microsoft, we actually met up and started chatting about it, and I so liked what Stefan was trying to achieve in that we suggested maybe we should get together and, as he's mentioned, do a nice quiet series where he teaches me some cool stuff maybe about the Azure side of things and AI and all of that cool things. And maybe I can teach him a thing or two. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to hand over to Stefan, and as part one in our video series, we are going to look at the creation of forms today. So hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you learn a lot. And all yours, Stefan.
Okay, thank you. And I hope you'll teach me some cool features and services in the future.
I'm sure.
So let's head over to our Office 365 portal, and as the first video of the series is about forms, one of the in my opinion coolest features which were released in the near past. We'll head over to the forms service. So just click on the forms tile, and what we are trying to achieve today is to create a form which is basically dealing with employee satisfaction. So we're doing a basic questionnaire. As you may know, you can create a couple of form types with forms. You can create a form, you can create a quiz, you can create a questionnaire or an assessment. But we're doing the form thing today, and I've already prepared a couple of questions which shall help us to understand if our employees are happy at work or if they may don't like what they're doing. So I've prepared these 3 questions. What fits your job description best? How would you describe your position? And how do you feel at work? But I think there are 2 more questions left which should be answered by the people out there. The first one, I think, is how would the person or the employee rate him or herself concerning his work's performance? What do you think, Tracy? Is that a good question?
It's definitely a good question. I think, and I'm sure you're going to show us in the form, always a difficult question as well, because I think in general people are scared to give their feedback, right? So yes, it is good to ask them. So yes, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, so I think a rating would be cool for this question, as the user just has to answer the question via clicking on the star level from 1 to 5. You can also change this either to 5 or 10 levels of stars, and you can also pick your symbol category, either if it's a number or if it's star.
Just Stefan,
but I'll stick with the stars.
Stefan, just scroll up for me a bit. So actually the other way up. I just want to see the bottom of your form, that question that we're in. So on the Skype screen, it just cuts off a little bit. If you click on, so yeah, there we go. There we can see it. So there's the levels that Stefan was talking about. So you can choose how many levels there are. whether it's stars or likes, and you'll also see that there is that you can switch on whether the question is required or not. I think it's important to remember that any open-ended questions, so when you ask people general feedback, normally that's something that we wouldn't make compulsory, but that's all cool. So let's see, next question. So go for me again, add question. I just want to look at those different type of questions. So
yeah,
that's quite
with multiple question types. Yeah.
So quite cool, and this is typical. This is going to happen a lot in our videos. I'm going to interrupt, and Stephan's going to interrupt. But at the moment, Forms supplies us with choice questions, with text, which could be single or multiple line text. It's got the ratings as the previous question that Stephan did, and it's got the dates as well. And then you'll see there that you can change the ranking as well, so you can actually move the questions up and down. So cool. So now I can see that screen quite well. So let's go for the last question.
Let's go for the last question. We'll just ask the people if they like, love, or hate what they're doing. Hope that everyone who answers the form answers it
honestly,
and not just answer the questions because they're here and I love what I'm doing sounds nice. And as you can see here, it's also quite cool. If you change the question type to a choice question, you can give the users the possibility to select multiple answers.
That's cool.
But that's not what we're aiming at with this question, because this question shall only be answered with one answer. And what's also cool is that you can add an image or a media to each question. So, for example, if you want to do a pictionary questionnaire, then you can just add your images into the questions, and, for example, ask what the people see in different types of images, which is rather cool.
That is pretty cool.
So, yeah. I think with our form questions ready. So the last thing which we would need to do is we could add a theme to the form.
Okay.
Because the blank form
is a bit boring.
Not that nice. Yeah. So you can either choose from the predefined themes, or you can upload your custom image to the form, or you can search on Bing for images which you can upload.
Okay.
And the next cool.
Sorry, Stephan, just drag your screen a little bit wider. I'm a typical trainer, people. I'm going to always give instructions to people. This is how it's going to roll, Stephan. Just move it for me to the left, if you don't mind. Just a little bit to the left, to the left of your screen. There we go. That's much better. So me interrupting again, I love the themes that you can actually apply. I mean, that's such a cool thing. And to add your company type of graphics or branding in the background as well. And as Stephan explained, you can even add your own images or go search for safe images from Bing. So a very cool feature. Will you be showing us just what the previews look like, Stephan? I'd like to see those.
Yeah, of course. So the preview, you can basically look at what you have created right away. You can even answer it with this preview mode. And what's really cool about it is you can switch to mobile view, and it gives you a smartphone emulated view on the form.
That is pretty cool. That is really, really nice.
The responsive design is done out of the box, so you don't have to do anything here. You can just head it over to your employees, and they can fill out the form on the road.
Cool.
So that brings me to the next point of sharing. How do you share the form? Basically, we have 4 different types of how to share it, either via link, where you can select if only people in your organization can respond, or if anyone with the link can respond, to make a public survey. But this is really cool. The next one, you can
I like that.
even send out the QR code,
That is
download it, and put it on any website, internet, or anything else where you wanna place it, and everyone can scan it, and that brings the people to the form.
That's very cool.
And if you wanna insert it into any website or intranet, you can get the iframe copied here. Just paste it on your website, and basically it's in there. And last but not least, of course, you can mail the form, which just brings up your Outlook and pastes the link in.
That's pretty
You can
cool.
send that out right away.
I think something just before we wrap up, something to share there with as well with the people listening is there where you change who can respond to the survey. So only people in my organization, or if you click on that drop down, it says anyone with a link.
Yeah, you can change anyone.
So please keep in mind that if you do change it to anyone with a link, then your survey responses are anonymous. Obviously, that makes sense. But people tend to forget that. So when it's internal, it'll pick up your user account, your name. But if it's anyone, then it actually logs them as anonymous. That's pretty amazing, Stephan. And that was so easy to do. I think that's one of the coolest geek factors of the new forms is how easy it is to use.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So is that us for the forms?
So in our next video.
Yep.
In our next video, we'll put a little intelligence into our form, to analyze our responses we get and make AI do the work for us.
I'm very excited about that, Stephan. I'm really excited. So I hope you enjoyed the short video clip. This is only the first in the start of hopefully many to come, and a nice learning curve for both myself and Stephan. So I think that's us then for today. Is that, Stephan?
Yeah, that's us for today.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And
thanks for joining.
And we'll definitely see you next time.